What's up everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking. And today we're getting into something that doesn't involve cooking. Lemon juice is gonna do it for us because we're making shrimp ceviche. Let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and get the limes done. What we're gonna do is a cup of lime juice and a cup of lemon juice. If you don't know a good trick, if you get limes and they're real hard or lemons, you can put them on the counter and roll them, kind of put some pressure on them, and that'll loosen them up a little bit. It'll go easier on the lemon squeezer, less chance of it breaking. The lemon squeezer, I mean. Also, if you don't know, the lemon goes upside down in the lemon squeezer. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay, altogether that was about, I think it was 5 large limes and then 1 small one that I had left over. The other thing that I'm gonna use is this little strainer to strain out. I didn't see any seeds, but to strain out anything that I don't want in the juice. I'm not opposed to the pulp, but what I don't want is seeds in there. All right, now the lemons. These are some huge lemons. They look like oranges. They're too big. We're gonna have to manually squeeze these. Yeah. It took more lemon than it did limes. It's crazy. So with the lemon juice, it took 6 large lemons to make the cup. Go ahead and put it through the strainer, get all them seeds out, fish out the one that got away from me. So Saturday morning, we hooked up the boat and we took off to the Gulf of HEB and got us 2 pounds of fresh Gulf shrimp. Yay or nay? Yeah, okay. So we're a big fan of a brand that HEB sells called Argentine shrimp. We ended up getting some jumbo, and I got those defrosted, cleaned up already. They're already deveined. My employees at the Gulf did all the hard work for me. So all we gotta do is cut these up, and we're gonna cut them up in about 1/2-inch strips. So probably 4 pieces per shrimp, and we're just gonna drop them in that bowl. They're still semi-frozen. I kind of did that on purpose, just for them to be easier to handle. Other thing too is a good sharp knife would work wonders. And then just depending on the size of shrimp, 4 to 3 pieces out of each one should be a good size. Get rid of the shrimp dishes here. Just a quick wipe down. This is what we're looking at right here. Next, all we want to do, dump in that lemon lime juice. It should cover it all, just like that. We'll give that a quick stir. Make sure it's all touching the juice. We're gonna get this put in the refrigerator, and then we're gonna get started on the vegetables. So we're gonna let that start cooking, and I know some of you out there are gonna say that it's not really cooking it, but we're gonna let that start cooking in the refrigerator. So as far as the fruits and vegetables go, what we're gonna be doing here is Roma tomatoes. I have 5 of these, 1 jalapeno, 1 serrano pepper, 1 red onion, and 1 avocado. Plus I have this dicer thing that I just realized we had, so I'm gonna use this instead of chopping it all up by hand. I think we'll get started with the red onion. The beauty about making ceviche at home, and I say it a lot in my videos, is you're able to pick and choose what you wanna put in your cooks. As much or as little as you like. Let's see what this thing is about. All right, pretty impressed there. I like it. Let's keep going with this contraption. Onion got me crying. We'll slice the ends off of these tomatoes. That made for some quick work right there. Get some tomatoes in here, I think. Didn't do too good on the tomatoes, but still made for quick work. And then the jalapeno and the serrano pepper, the only thing that I am going to put in a little extra work and taking out the insides, just because I don't want it to be too spicy where my wife won't enjoy it. It's gonna be her first time ever trying ceviche, so I wanna make a good impression. The other thing that I found is using a teaspoon or a tablespoon measuring spoon makes for some real quick gutting out of a jalapeno. Just like that, those are done. Get those rinsed out. I did leave a little bit of vein on there, but I am gonna cut them big enough to where they can be picked out if we need to. As far as slicing them goes, 4 slits and then dice. Again, I'm making them pretty big where they can easily be picked out, but they shouldn't have any kind of kick to them or very little kick to them, if any, because I deveined them. And this is just, I'm getting all this prep all at one time. That way, in about 3 to 4 hours, once the shrimp is done cooking in that citric concoction, it'll be just dump and go. And here's the part where I always tell you, if you don't like something, don't add it. Or don't add as much of it. My wife isn't a big fan of cilantro, so I bought the pre-cut, and instead of having to buy a whole bushel of it and throwing most of it away, I decided to buy this one. Yeah, it was a little more expensive, but I'm not throwing away as much. I'm able to just add what I think is tolerable and to what she'll be okay with. It's not that she hates it. If a dish requires it, she's okay eating it. If she has a choice, she's always gonna go for not having it. And that's the beauty of making this ceviche at home. Because if we were to go somewhere and order it at a restaurant, chances are it would have way more cilantro than what we'd be okay with. I think that's a pretty color right there. The avocado actually goes on once all of this is mixed into the shrimp. Then I'll get the avocado, I'll dice it, put it on top as a garnish, and I hope she loves it. So I'm gonna get this covered up, get it put in the fridge so that it stays cold, and we'll be back in about 4 hours when it's time to mix it into the shrimp. All right, we finally hit the 4 hour mark. Let's finish up the pico and then we'll get to the shrimp. And I didn't do this at the beginning because I didn't want the lime to take over the flavor of the pico, but now we're gonna go in with 1 more lime squeezed into the pico and then salt and pepper to taste. We'll give this a good mix. Just like that, we'll put that aside. And then with the shrimp, we're gonna wanna drain all of this juice now. We can leave a little bit in there, but let's drain it. Now that that's drained, we'll add in the pico. Gonna go in a little bit at a time, that way we can get it real incorporated in there. Get all those flavors and colors mixed in. So after you get all this incorporated, mixed in, we're gonna cover this back up and we're gonna go back into the refrigerator for a minimum of about 30 minutes to an hour. It's kind of early for us right now, so we may wait a little longer than that, but it'll be fine in the refrigerator. Just get all those flavors and stuff blended in. So we'll see you back in a little. All right, I think it's been about an hour. I got the avocado peeled already. We're gonna go ahead and cut it down into, I guess, dicing it. Just gonna get that. Put it right on top. Just want it to look just like that. Let's go in for the taste. Put it on a chip here. Make sure we get a little bit of all the vegetables. Put a chunk of avocado on there. Secret ingredient, Valentina sauce. Sprinkle some right over the top. Let's go in. That is definitely delicious. It's dinner time. The 3:30 football game is freaking to start. We're gonna eat. We'll see you next time. You know, life's kind of like making shrimp ceviche for the first time. You start off nervous, wondering if all that chopping, squeezing, and waiting is going to be worth it. Or if you're going to end up with your wife in the Burger King drive-thru. But then, after hours of patience and a little faith, you take that first bite and boom, it all comes together. The shrimp's perfect, the pico's popping, and suddenly that fear turns into pride. So maybe the lesson is this. Sometimes you just have to trust the process, whether it's cooking, love, or life. Because with a little time, a little spice, and a couple of garage beers, even the things you're unsure about can turn into something worth devouring. So until next time, keep the grills hot and the seasoning simple.